Hello everyone and welcome back to Used and Reviewed. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the KiDiGi Uni-Que Universal Charging Station. Now this is essentially a charging unit for up to 4 different devices, and you can use a combination of devices, so you can have an iPad or a different tablet, an iPhone or an Android based smartphone, all charging at the same time. Now I'll just quickly show you around the box. So on this side, as you can see, that's the unit itself with a diagram in terms of what you're going to get actually in the box. If you look at the feature section, as you can see, it charges up to 4 smartphones and tablets at the same time. There's a slot behind for the tablet, so you could actually use it as a stand, and it fits for all current smartphones and tablets. Underneath we've got box contents, so the actual charging station, 6 charging ports and the various cables that come in with a pack, and 1 AC adapter, and there's the specifications, so 655 grams in weight, all the actual dimensions and inputs and outputs. At the bottom of the box there's also a little guide to connecting and operating the unit with a nice diagram. And I think the only other thing I want to show you is the other side of the unit, which actually shows you the 6 charging ports. So you've got one for a Samsung tablet because it's got its own specific connector, the Apple iPad, iPhone or iPod, 2 connections for mobile phones, and then a kind of universal one for any other device that has its own cable. So let's have a look what's in the box. So we've got 2 sort of compartments really. And the first is the AC adapter, and connection there. Here is the actual connectors for the various phones. So you've got 2 different ones for the Apple products, a longer one and a shorter one for the iPhone. You've got a Samsung one in there, 2 I think USB, micro USB for other smartphones, and then you've got this kind of converter as well. So we'll have a look at that in a bit more detail later on. Got an instruction manual here, a little diagram with the unit, and then basically just telling you how to actually assemble the unit and get it up and running. This second section here, we have got the actual power cord. Now this is a review unit, and I've actually got an EU power cord. Depending on where you are, you'll get a plug that's applicable to your country. Fortunately, I've got a converter anyway, so it allowed me to do some testing. And then finally, I don't think there's anything else in that bit, is the actual unit itself. So let's get this out of its packaging. And there we have it. So in terms of the unit itself, on the top section you've got a groove for a tablet in here, which can also double up as a stand effectively, and then you've got the various charging ports along the front. As you can see, 1 for the tablet and then 3 for mobile phones. So essentially you can have a combination of different devices on the actual unit itself charging up at the same time, such as a tablet and then 3 mobile phones. Now in terms of what else is on the unit, there's not a lot around each of the sides. It's actually, I quite like it because it's been designed with no connections at the back, and it's a really sleek design. The top's actually quite soft and sort of padded really for your devices to sit. And then underneath is where you've actually got the grooves here for the power cord and charging mechanism. There's not a lot else in the actual unit itself. I've noticed there's no rubber feet, which is a little bit disappointing, but there is this sort of rubber panel in the middle section, which will obviously stop the unit from moving around, and will stop the table getting scratched and that type of thing. I really like that design because it looks quite sleek and everything's going to be hidden away. So we're going to test this now and have a look at how it will perform with various different phones and combinations. So as you can see, we've connected up all the relevant connections here. You simply remove the bar at the top, reinsert there, and then from here literally connect up each device and you'll see that we can obviously charge them all like so. So we have the Nexus 7 actually charging on the back plate here, Samsung Galaxy S3, iPhone 4 here. There's obviously room for another smartphone as well. Now what I've found is that effectively it will charge any device that can be charged through a USB cable using the female adapter here as well. So for example, it does actually charge the PlayStation Vita. And there you go, you can see it charging up. So really important, as long as the device can be charged through USB, then this will handle it. So the manufacturers reckon that it's 99% smartphones and tablets out there. I tested the Zoom, and if you saw earlier on, I actually had it in the stand. The Zoom can't be actually charged through USB, so I was just trying it out and absolutely does not work. So you need to make sure your devices can be charged through USB to actually get this mechanism to work. So guys, that pretty much sums up the video. I think it's a great little unit. I can see this being placed if you've got a family with a load of different smartphones and tablets. Obviously you've got your iPad and iPhones, it's going to work, or any other device charging through USB. Other places I can see this being used, there's hotels, in lobbies for staff and people that stay in there, restaurants, all sorts of areas really where it could be used. So I hope you like the video. Please give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.